they knew it was coming. I was falling deep into a depression where I wouldn't talk to anyone. I'd go do the set, go back in the van, curl up in a ball.
I remember now, they actually asked me to sing for Killswitch Engage that last gig, because he jumped off just before the last gig, and they came out to me, and wow.
So we got to talking, like, you know, Jesse's in a funk, it's a really bad situation. Do we tell him that we're not really sure what's going to happen with the band now? Do we try to talk to him and figure out what's up? All of a sudden, that night that we were talking about it, bam, I get an email.
I basically didn't have the mental energy to face them, or even call them on the phone, rather. I was at a point in my life where I just didn't want to face any of it, so I wrote them a long email explaining, like, I'm just done, explaining what every song meant to me, explaining what the whole experience was to me, and I said, bye. You know, you're not going to be able to find me. I'm going on my honeymoon finally, and don't try and call me, don't try and contact me. I'm done. I'm done with music, period.
I was like, well, Jesse doesn't want to be in the band. That's all right. I guess I can understand. I'd rather him not be in the band than be in the band and be miserable.
They made a great record together. You know, a lot of potential there. But if you're not, you know, into life on the road and all that stuff, it's better to know, you know, then.
We had this tour lined up with Kitty literally 2 weeks after we got home. So we're out for 5 weeks, 2 weeks off, out for another, like, it was supposed to be like an 8-week tour.
Here they are left with this wonderfully raved-reviewed CD and no vocalist.
That was scary. Yeah, it's really scary.
What do we do? I guess we call the label and tell them that we're no longer a band.
It was pretty scary, the thought of having to replace Jesse. Not even just a singer, but, you know, I mean, it was Jesse. It was like, you know, Alive or Just Breathing was that way because of, you know, his vocals and stuff like that. So it wasn't just replacing any singer. You know, it was trying to find someone that would fit in.
That's one of the things, like, oh, our singer left, we're going to get dropped, we're going to break up, nothing's going to happen.
Our record label believed in us so much that they want to help do whatever they could do.
And everybody's like, no, wait a minute, dude, we'll help you guys out. No worries. It was really cool, you know? It made us feel special.
It was the single thing that helped us keep going.
They had an entourage of folks come in and actually audition for Killswitch to take Jesse, who was a hard act to follow, as a lyricist and as a singer and everything, and just as a human being too.
We tried out a bunch of people that were just trying to imitate Jesse and stuff like that.
At that point we were actually trying to get Brian Fair to sing, and you know, he had a lot of Shallows Fall stuff going on. I know The Art of Balances, which was just sort of coming out then, and he's like, if there was any other time but now, it would have been cool to pull double duty, but I really can't do that sort of thing. And we understood and wouldn't want to steal him away from a great band like Shallows Fall.
They called me from South Dakota.
Very close second, by the way. I know he was a very close second.
Yep, he was second runner-up. Doing great. An amazing job. Phil is an awesome dude.
Adam was like, told me, I was one of the first dudes he called, and I was just like, flat out, Howard Jones, best dude ever. He can do everything. Yeah, well, there you go. I don't know. I mean, Phil's alright too, I guess.
We played with Killswitch quite a few times.
We played the show that Blesman Shea got signed to Ferret, and I was like, man, that guy, the best frontman, one of the best voices.
The first time I met Howard was 1997 in Connecticut in some busted-ass fucking VFW Hall show.
We played with them in 99, I think. Some fucked up show in some gymnasium somewhere.
Flock of Seagulls, Howard Jones.
We're just like, God damn, that's a big black man.
I remember when Howard Jones had a flat top. Just kidding.
He was just commanding the crowd. We were like, dude, he's fucking awesome.
Wasn't Howard the one that was like, I want to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time? That was Howard.
That was Eddie Murphy.
So, got a call from Howard Jones. He had heard from Carl from Ferret that we were looking for a singer.
Called Mike B. And tried out. And that was pretty much it.
I had known him from Blood Has Been Shed. I had even tried out for Blood Has Been Shed while Killswitch was getting together. And known him for probably a good 6 or 7 years as one of the best singers I had heard in the area. I really couldn't have been happier that he had called me out of any of my friends that I had known.
It was just me and Tom actually jamming out with Howard. Dude, this is the guy. This guy's awesome.
For me, it was pretty kick-ass. It was pretty... I knew it was going to work.
We just had him throw some vocals on top of an old demo so everybody could hear what he sounded like. That's a boy right there.
Joel said, I mean, this just takes us in a different direction. It's a different kind of a sound, but his voice is powerful. Just listen.
You want the job? Sure.
Pretty quick process. Well, they needed someone pretty quickly anyway, so I guess I got kind of lucky there.
He's a friend of mine. I've known him for years, and it was nice to see that they had a replacement because it took the weight off my shoulders, you know, because I just left abruptly.
As soon as I heard that Howard was trying out, I was like, well, you found your dude. Because Howard is, I've said it a million times and I'll say it again, Howard is a better singer than I am, hands down, no doubt.
And not only can he do it, but the guy's got a great voice, he's got training, he can hit all the ranges. I mean, he's got his own style.
Some people would say he sounds like a soulful black man.
Yeah. Howard Jones, a black man.
It's a fucking travesty. We got a black guy in the band. What the heck? First, Halle Berry wins an Oscar. Next, Howard Jones sings for a band. What is going on?
We took over basketball, took over football, baseball, you know what I'm saying? They got some Japanese dudes now. You know, golf, got Tiger Woods, now heavy metal. What can you say? I mean, sorry.
I think Howard stepped into a really difficult situation.
Think about it, like, you got a dude who is following up Jesse, who just put out a record that made the band what it was.
They established themselves again in the midst of when they were trying to establish themselves in the first place. And they did it without missing a step.
I don't even think he practiced more than 2 weeks and went on tour.
I was nervous. We played. I thought I was crappy, but people seemed to think it went okay.
So his first show was at Hellfest. The second show was in front of like 3,000 Texas metalheads, crazy crowd, and they killed it.
It slowly built. We just kept them out on the road, and we never expected that it would be 2 years of touring on that record, but it just organically happened.
After the Ozfest of 2003, we were supposed to be getting ready for Headbangers Ball Tour, and I kind of wasn't enjoying it. The touring part, not the band or the people or anything, just the touring, you know.
And it was a good run. It was sort of a mutual split. Things weren't really working out so well.
You have to love it or not do it.
Around the end of the Tom Gomes era, Howard kept saying, I know this guy that really wants to join the band bad, Justin from Blood Has Been Shed. He talks about it all the time. He talks about it in his sleep. He talks about it so much. There's, you know, this whole thing. And they're like, all right, call that guy. Why don't you call that guy?
Tom left, and I said, hey, I know a guy. And that was pretty much that.
I learned like all the songs and listened to it for, I don't know, a few days straight, several times a day, over and 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 over again. And then went to practice with him.
He took the job and does a better job as far as I'm concerned, so it works out for everyone.
Before I was in Killswitch, I was really lucky enough to still be surviving, and all my jobs were music related.
2 words. Red Tide.
We would do a lot of weird things where we weren't really playing anymore. All 4 of us would be playing completely random things.
Just to see this band that didn't care, you know, playing a VFW in front of 5 kids, and they would just tear it up.
Then after about a song, there'd be 2 kids. 3 kids would give up and leave.
2 dudes and dudes.
Yeah, 2 dudes. 2 dudes. 2
like,
the
yeah,
it's psycho time!
It's rough.
He just really rounded out this band, just adding that last kind of piece, kind of the backbone of the band.
I love the music. I still listen to it all the time.
I know that they're all really still good friends, and I know that they're happy for one another for what they're doing. It was a good split.
They were very forgiving to me, and I love those guys, and it's reciprocated.
That's pretty cool, right? I think so. It shows people that we're not like, whoa, well, they screwed us over. We can never be friends with them ever again. Oh!
The only friction or strangeness was like the way it left. It was just very abrupt, so it took time to kind of get over those emotions.